Um, Feel free to ask any questions as we go along here. People would like to attend. How many think it's a good idea to recruit members?
Yeah, you need that.
Huh?
You have to recruit members responsible.
Okay. Yes and no. Yes and no. Okay. Let what you do and what you think be your recruiter. Okay? If you go out with the intent to, I go up to Ricky and my whole intent is, man, I got to get this guy in the county committee. You know, it's hard to do that without him knowing what you're trying to do. But if you give them something to identify with, we covered a little bit earlier, they will come to you. You don't have to recruit. Okay? If you're the organization that's doing things in your community, in your county, if you're the organization that's representing the people, they're going to want to be a part of that, because who in here doesn't want to be represented? Right? They're going to come to you because you're the one that's active. Don't go out, you got to come, you got to come. Tell them what you do, they'll come. Get out of that recruitment mentality. Get out of that, or get into that inform and educate mentality. Do with some energy, some enthusiasm. Go out and do the things in your community to get them out to participate in events, free or otherwise. They will come. They will come. That's how Lonoke County got to where we are, and that's how the state got to where we are. Yes, we went out and we put our name out there, but I guarantee you, has anybody here that's ever gone door to door trying to get people to come to a county committee meeting?
Or go for other stuff.
Go for other stuff, right? So when you knock on that door and you're campaigning for a candidate, okay, what do you talk about? What do you talk about? You talk about what that candidate represents. You don't go up there and say, I'm here because I want you to vote for something. No, you go up and say, I want to introduce you to John Doe, candidate for JP, or whatever he's running for, or she's running for. You get that person to know the things that this candidate stands for. It's no different. It's no different when you're trying to get someone to recognize the party as a whole or your county committee as a whole. Get them to know what you stand for, what you do, and when they come there and join, then what do you got to do? After you get them there, what's the next thing you got to do? Keep them. And how do you do that? You don't do that by depending on 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 people to do everything. You know, the worst thing you can do is when there's something that an event going on. The worst thing you do is say, well, see, the chairman's going to do this, the vice chairman's going to do that, treasurer's going to do that. No. Get people here involved. When people show up, the last thing you want to do is say, good, we got them here, now move to the back of the room. Well, our leadership takes care of everything. Get them involved. Make them feel relevant. They need to be relevant. Because each person that comes into your county committee meeting that leaves there thinking, I like this, remember Ricky, we talked the last time I talked to you guys, if someone donates to a campaign, they give you money. They give you time, they give you money, they let you put your sign in their front yard. Okay? They're going out on a limb for you. They want a return on that investment. So if somebody comes to your county committee meeting, they're not going to go home, don't anybody know I went to a Republican meeting. They're going to go home, they're going to want their friends to come here. They're going to want the organization that they're a part of to be successful. And they're not going to do that by not telling anybody what they did last night. They're going to go and get people to join them. Everybody wants to be successful. Nobody's going to donate to Joe Biden. I mean, the losing candidate, right? Everybody wants to be on the winning team. Get them involved. Make them part of the winning team. Let's see here. You talked a little bit ago about how much you're going to charge for an event. Okay? Yes, you have to make money. This is always a big debate we have in Lonoke County. How much do you charge? Okay? We look at things like what's the average per capita income, things like that, you know. You don't want to exclude anybody because they don't have the money to spend. Okay? Just think of it this way, and this is kind of a stretch, but Lonow County, for example, has 75,000 people, give or take a half here and there, right? Okay? So if you take, let's say, half of those, let's say 30,000 people. If you have 30,000 people, what would I look at 30,000 people coming to the event? They come and they pay $2. That's $60,000. Okay? But if I want $60,000, I'd rather have a whole bunch of people come and pay $2 than to say, let's have everybody pay $200 and see if we can get 300 people. Is that good math there? Okay? It's kind of like the whole taxes thing again. Don't raise and raise and raise and raise to meet that financial goal. If you can raise money, then you can raise interest. And that's almost like a banker's joke, isn't it? You go out, you go out and you get people to be interested in what you do. And if you tell them, and you know what, this next event we go to, it's only going to cost you $5, not 50. What are they going to do? They're going to say, well, I paid 50 anyway, and they're going to bring 9 other people with them. They're going to pay that $50. Right? So now you get the same amount of money, more people. Don't feel like your fundraisers have to be sky high. Some counties, what they'll do is they'll charge, I don't know, 30, 40 bucks for a ticket. But for the people that got a little bit extra, they'll have that show up an hour early. You can have your picture taken with Sarah Sanders or the governor or Tom Cotton or something like that. You'd be surprised how many people will do that. You'd be surprised. How many of you have ever been to Disneyland down in Florida? Okay?
Disney World.
I can't afford to go there. But I go there once a year. Because it's fun. It's something I want to do. The wife always scratches the money together to go down there. And that, in fact, we just love seeing our granddaughter as we go up to the gate, you know. But people that are the same way. If there's something they really want to do, something they really want to be a part of, they will scratch up that extra $5 or $10 to do it. Okay? And if they have fun, the next time they'll get that $10, that $15 together, and they'll do it again because it's fun, and they're a part of something big. And people want to be relevant. They want to be a part of something important. They don't want to go home and sit in front of the TV and watch everybody else have fun all night. Okay? You get where I'm going with this? It's what's in your hearts and what's in your mind that's going to get people out here. If you go out, for example, and say, here's the Republican Party platform. And if you don't agree with every one of these, I don't need to talk to you. That's never gonna happen. Never gonna happen. But you get them in meetings, and they will understand those parts of that platform that they don't agree with, and they'll say, well, you know, I may not really agree with it, but I see where you're coming from. I'll be a part of this. I'll be a part of this. I'll tell you right now, we could go around this room and we can talk about different planks of the party platform, and there's going to be some difference of opinions here. You go to a couple of different churches. Okay, you say, well, I go to this church because we believe this. I go to that church because they believe that. But you sit down and look at the difference between those two churches, and I guarantee you can find two people in your church sitting right beside each other that have more disagreements than the two churches as a whole do. So, just because somebody may have said something on Facebook or may have a little different opinion of something than you do, doesn't mean they can't be a good Republican, a good conservative. Okay? There's some things that I don't agree with, but you know what I do? I have my opinions on those, and I shake my fist and say, yeah, but all the things I do agree with, which I'm probably doing that about 95% of the time. Okay? So, our platform is important, but don't let it be something that divides you. How many times in your meetings have you talked about something, like tonight, select 3 issues. Okay? What 3 issues? I'll bet you we could look on there, and every one of those issues on there was circled at least once. If I'm wrong, don't tell me. Okay? I'll bet you at least one of those was circled at least, or every one of those was circled at least once, which means you all have a difference of opinion here. But if we came out and we said, John said this, and Mary said that, and Joe said that, are you going to kick out the people that disagree with you? No. You're all here for the same reason. right? So don't let the petty things divide a party or a county committee. Find what's common, and I'll tell you what, if you two guys disagree on something, and you sit down and you talk about it, by the time you're done, you're like, well, I still disagree, but I see where you're coming from. Okay? That's how you build committees. That's how you get Democrats to become Republicans or realize they're Republicans. Candidates. I think this is another big question you asked me last time I came down. How do you get candidates? Okay? In local elections, in district elections, what is the big factor that gets people elected?
Meeting and knowing the person.
Name recognition?
Yeah.
Name recognition? Okay? Now, city council races are nonpartisan, but I want my city, is this live?
It can be off if you need it to be.
Oh, no, I won't throw any names out there. My city council race, I ran against a guy that was one of the most popular guys in the city. You're fine, you're fine.